Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another round of 2v2s in the Rising Star League. This is Stormy style in the dark blue, and we've also got Agonized Storm. Together they are StormyStorm, and they're playing as Cutter and the Yapper. On the other side, we've got Viper in the yellow, and in the red, this is Duckier Lamb. They're playing as Yap Yap and Atriox. Mini base grabs aren't sus just yet. Stormy style should be able to get the picks beforehand with the double Yap. No one really has an advantage over the other guy, so everything should be as expected. Oh, Viper actually does get a mini base steal. That's nice. Bit of a slap fight between the cannon fodder. This should be a steal then, right? Surely. Although you do leave the double base last because it's just more expensive. Nobody is getting it just yet. Right, like I said, it's very expensive. And there's so many mini bases to grab here. Oh, Duckier Lamb is actually going to try to steal this one. But you know, as a team, it's so easy to just pile on this and overwhelm whatever comes out of it. By the way, this tournament has a £150 prize. Nothing too crazy, but donations are open, and in this season we're doing just flat tournaments, right? Like there's no qualifiers, there's no main event, it's all the same. So whenever people contribute, it's going right into the next tournament. The Rising Star one is already quite big. It's gonna be like 300. Likewise for the Pro. I'm referring to the 1v1 stuff though. You can check that out on our website if you like, if you want to increase the prizes for these players. Alright, as the early game gets out of the way, I'm not entirely sure it actually will, because this is a barracks. There might be a little bit of pressure on the center mini to try and take that down with a Chosen and some barracks units. That shouldn't be too hard to do. It's very easy to overwhelm a handful of cannon fodder. USC has nothing there to defend with. Agonized Storm's gonna pump out a bunch of methane wagons. On this side, there's really nothing to fear because Spartans and Marines can more than handle a handful of trickle units. Especially with the Jackrabbit here helping out. Viper's gonna be dislodged from here, no problem. Same for the mini base. It's just probably not worth stealing it, honestly, at this caliber. But hey, our Atriox player Duckier Lamb is gonna start stealing the full bases. And if that does start working out, if he doesn't get overwhelmed, then he can really run away with the economy there. Top mini base is still going somehow. As Viper decides it's time to do the full counter attack. There are no relevant units here, however. Bear in mind, it's just cannon fodder and 1 or 2 heavies. So they can maybe hurt this extractor a lot, but I don't think they'll take it down really. There's too much stuff here for that, right? You know what? With the shade turrets, it might be possible, but they're targeting the separate one. Quite a bit of damage is getting put on. Ooh, that was a great ram from the Brood. They're lining it up beforehand, clicking into quite deep into the formation. And the splash damage on the regular hand-to-hand attacks are also gonna be dealing some splash damage there. Would have been nice to put the methane wagons a little bit closer to you know, give a little bit of protection, but oh well. ODST drop is in, trying to punish Viper for what he's done. It looks to me this base could very well go down. The Chosen's not really there to defend against the satchels, and the whole thing gets sacked. Wow. Okay, that's intense. But meanwhile, these bases have gone up. Duckier Lamb is not too far away from tier 2. Of course, this base will be lost. Almost stopping him from making some extra turrets, though. And I think we should see engineers as well. This is scary. This is really scary, guys. The methane is buffing up these boys and debuffing enemy targets. Suicide grunts are not gonna cut it against the Spartan. Certainly not gonna cut it against anything under an engineer bubble. Duckier Lamb is most certainly going to lose this base. We've also got a drop in to finish off the generators, although they're full health now. Beam might counter that. Nicely done by Agonized Storm. I assume it's his beam. Who else would it be? Wait, this is Unit C, yeah. I'm so smart. Anyway. That's very red. Red bar, red base. What base? Entire red teams trying to take bases, but easier said than done against such overwhelming forces. Grunt goblins are going to be added into the composition. It's a lot of damaged buildings, but you leave one engineer home, eventually all of it will be fixed. At least is there some solid army around. I'm liking these rangers, but you know, if the brute boys get on top, there's no guarantee that they'll actually win the fight. Especially with support from Spartans and drops and whatever. These boys are just absolute base leaders. Chosen can definitely put on some free damage there. Where's this tier 2 upgrade? Not coming anytime soon. You have to save up a bit for that one. Ankle biters, oh yes. I don't know about doing that now. It's like kind of expensive. You'd rather want to grunt goblins. Those are not out yet. Another ODST drop has happened and mines were thrown down, but I'm not sure they did anything. Doesn't look like it. However, it's the everything else that you should be worried about here if you're Viper, as everything of his gets deleted. Yikes. I think the War Council just upgraded the Chosen, so it's got the Scorch rounds now. Very nice done with the Cyclops, followed by the Spartan Slam. There's no significant number of grenades here, but either way, the teleport saves it. ODST satchels were also, I think, not available. But Nightingale now helping out with the healing. There's definitely a bunch of infantry in this that could use that. Viper's base is getting wrecked. Team Red just getting thrown back into the Stone Age, man. This is rough. But we've got a bunch of brutes on the counter attack. Unfortunately for them, they are not Dark Skies brutes, so there's only two squad members in there. you know, approaching 11 minutes, you're starting to think about what about that next leader power. For a cutter, that could be a big drop. Wait. He's eating a big drop right now from our Yap Yap player, Viper. He's actually doing pretty good economically, so the fact that he's coming here to do some economic damage, plus can go tier 3 at home himself, that could actually really change the game drastically. Agonized Storm's coming in with Beam. We'll get that one methane wagon, but nothing more. It doesn't look like Duckier Lamb is struggling too much to hold on, although that's an overwhelming force of Marines. They could technically run them down. Gotta be a little careful with that. A bunch of Rangers wouldn't hurt. Stormy style is taking a beating back home. Are we gonna see some defenders coming over? Yeah, Agonized Storm is beelining for it, but got a really slow army, so in the meantime, more buildings will be destroyed. Keeping him on just 2. I mean, there is this base. It is upgrading. And Stormy does have some resources behind this. A click of power or 2 being sent by Agonized Storm could actually propel him to do the big drop. I mean, ODST assault group. But yeah, he doesn't have the population upgrade. Never mind, never mind. Later. Maybe later. Gotta clean these boys up, otherwise there will be more drops later. This map is just great to hide units. You got these little pockets. Nobody will check there. Even here you won't see that, as you can tell. Right, the base has been mostly rebuilt, double generator back home. So Stormy style is looking for that extra power now. That is a lot of Rangers, you really gotta be careful with that. Ideally there will be some kind of vehicle push to deal with it. I certainly wouldn't run into that with Marines. That would be a very, very ugly outcome, I think. But as I said, ODST assault group and stuff like that can definitely change things. A beam level 2, a shield. That's all useful tools that are available. Oh, very good timing on that shield actually. Methane drop is coming in as well, deleting a lot of the units, or at least weakening them. But where's the Marines? They went to the back. Very nice. And the Banished units are in the front. The Grunt Dome has expired, so suddenly the damage is gonna come in. But we've got drops. ODST as well. Teleportation out is gonna be the way to go. And a handful of units are still getting killed. So Team Red's kind of suffering in the population department right now. With just around 100. While the other team is more like 160. We really gotta be careful with that. It's overwhelming forces right there. Brutes are coming back, and we've got an eradication deleting the generators. That's a massive amount of income lost right there if these are taken down, which does look like it will happen. Maybe not. No, it's fine. Only the one generator has been destroyed. The rest can be healed back up. Is Agonized Storm gonna be able to hold this base? Real question. The Nightingales have quite a bit of healing here. The Marines could heal if they really wanted to. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. It's 2 Diegos. They're more than capable of taking down those marauding marauders. Things are looking good. Yeah, They never had a chance. Oh, we got the wiggle. Too many units to wiggle against though. More ODSTs, my goodness. How many does Stormy Style have? Like 6? That number's gonna only go up. Still doesn't have his population upgrade. I guess that's triggering him as well. Agonized Storm does, however. Cloaking Gen, which means tier 3 is in. Or are we gonna see some Wraiths or anything like that? He doesn't actually have a foundry. Right now he can't make units, so it's all the drop units that he can call in. This is only reinforcements. The Viper's tier 3 as well. He is pumping the Wraiths. And see what they can do. I definitely have to unite with Duckier Lamp, who is also tier 3. He's getting Rifled Barrel. He is getting Wraiths. And together they could get a lot done, but if they get isolated and picked off, that would be a bit of a disaster. And that's exactly what Team Blue is trying to do right now. The Cutter army might be fast enough to get up here. And then you got yourself a sandwich. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ouch. Being right in the middle of the army is not gonna actually matter because of Ultra Hustle. Out-healed. Spartan's taking one of the Wraiths. Every little bit counts here. Grunt Dome's nearly gone. There's a shield to camp under here for Viper. That's a lot of called in units. We had a Archer missile drop as well. Shield generators doing very poorly right now. We've got beams as well on this dropped in group. And the infantry is not taking too much damage because of, well, good splits and actually sitting in the methane. The USC army also ran away very nicely, and then the full heal is in play, of course. Okay, do we have a damage donut maybe? Overwhelming numbers, overwhelming resources here for Team Blue in particular. I really like the blister back chilling under the shield once it comes back up. Spartan has been taken out of the equation. And Team Blue has a controlling lead with the bases, so it's not that much of a problem. It does make them retreat, however. A little questionable, but better safe than sorry here. Ah, there's the ODST assault group. Been waiting for this for a long time. Team Blue working its way to the 240 population mark. We got Team Red kind of stuck at 120. So if these guys can double them, well, that only goes one way. There's a damage donut. Didn't expect it here, honestly. It's easy enough to run from, but hey, with methane slowing everyone down and making him take extra damage, and there's a mine under there. Wow. 2 Wraiths gone. It's a good trade for 1 mine. Seems to me this base is gonna get yeeted and deleted. Man, this Chosen's to Chad. It's gonna star up, I think. taking a lot of fire here. Taking out the tank would be very important. If there's some kind of heal available or teleport, that would be fantastic. He does make it out of here. Under the shield, he'll be just fine. Yeah, that's a lot of blue, man. How do you stop this? Duckier Lamb getting completely overwhelmed. There's a little bit of help coming. But will it be enough? Hopefully he stands his hero in that heal zone. Yeah, he does. Very nice. Very nice. Grunto not coming into help, but there is Methane and Eradication. A hell of a combination. But the Grunto will be absorbing all of that. Wow, wow, wow. Very nicely done there by Agonized Storm. He's staying on 92 population. Stormy still on 63, but I guess they're dropping a lot now to this beam. Did not see that coming, and they're getting pushed back, actually. Very nice defense by Team Red. Maybe there's some hope for the counter-offensive. Even brought the Blister back forward. Every little bit counts here. There's a bunch of weaker buildings. The main itself is relatively weak as the Nightingale hasn't healed up, so maybe Stormy Style could be a target for our double banished team. If they can just unite for a moment. Unfortunately for them, they have no units. But do start Chosen as a unit. He counts, right? He counts. Hell of a game one here. Oh, by the way, guys, if it turns into like an ultra long... Oh my. Oh my. The beam didn't do pretty much anything, and if the free brutes get on the base, well, the Spartan can maybe stop them. Wait, brute on brute damage is actually nuts. What is this? Holy crap. Okay. Good defense. I was gonna say, if this game does end up going to 60 minutes and we have a draw, both teams are getting a point, so we've changed our rules around that. Then if the last game is obviously a draw as well, like in a, I don't know, game 3, and the score is 1-1, then they have to replay. But this should drastically reduce the tournament length. Like, we had a tournament where the same two players kept getting into draws and it would just go for hours and hours. Yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. At least not repeatedly. Who's Stormy playing with? With Storm. That's why they're called StormyStorm. There's two storms. And together they're better. Or something. Well, in this game they were better than DuckierViper, so Team Red has to get their act together and see what they can get done in the next one. Maybe a UNSC banished mix does seem to work better. Try that out, perhaps. Welcome to game 2. It's gonna be a little bit different. Stormy Style is in the blue still. Agonized Storm is in the teal, as in the previous one. They're playing, again, the UNSC and banished mix here. Jerome and Colony. On the other side of the map, in the yellow, this is Viper. And we've got Duckier Lamb in the red as the elites, RB and Shipmaster. They seem pretty committed to the double banished thing. Curious what that's about. Grunt taking the garrison is always nice there. It will basically... Oh! They're just out of range. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. Even the elites can't reach that. And they have some more range than the brute grunts. But yeah, double generators on both sides here. They're a little bit susceptible to some kind of heavy attack, but I don't think we'll see it, as Stormy also is going for a double generator. Agonized Storm, not so much. Nobody dares to put the Mexican gens on in this game. We're gonna have a back armory for the Jerome. Duckier Lamb does manage to pull a mini base steal, but it's only for a harvester. They're not gonna be aggressive with their double gen strat. It's really just to get out a handful extra grunts, take those power nodes a little bit quicker, and maybe occupy some of these garrisons. Super nice for the line of sight after all. You can see all that's going on around these lands. It's a second power node, but Team Blue is not idle. Time for Heroes is in, so these Marines are gonna perform a little bit better now. Shoot harder, move faster. More grunts. Ghosts. Shielded ghosts. Yeah, Viper's gonna be stuck in this for a long, long time, but yeah, the shielded ghosts are really good against the choppers. Not so good against grenade marines, though. If that's what we're gonna end up seeing, especially if Jerome is with them. That's plenty of tools available to deal with this. Agonized Storm going for the X, but it's gonna be spotted by the ghost, but the number of the ghosts is just not that high. Ship UMAC ship faces out, the honor guard. And this base is taking a bit of a beating. Can the chopper stop it? Not sure they're trying to. They're not super high in numbers, and the base actually gets recycled. The ghosts are getting the work done. Very nice. There's no expansion from Team Red, however. Mac Shipface doing his best to pick off a handful of the weak Marines, especially. Already got 3 squad kills. Nice. The Extractor is going to be the next target. Agonized Storm will have to come home to defend against this. He will have a heal available, being Colony, of course. Can he actually beat these back? That's a lot of ghosts, man. And they can just retreat over the mines if the choppers come too close. Which is exactly what's happening. The choppers are upgraded, but they don't have skitterers on them just yet. What's going on with that? Mac Shipface doesn't have his covering boys. Oh, I think he's going down, guys. He made it out at a sliver of health. Wow. Gonna be healed up to like a good percentage. Oh wait, a shot came across the map. A sniper. Stuck at half health now. You can't do too much with that. Ghosts are going to be a little bit overwhelmed here, dealing with the Marines as well as the hero and the choppers. It's just too much together. But hey, the hero gets sniped by the beam. The mines are getting sniped as well. So, you know, the ghosts still have to leave ultimately. It's 1v2 over here, but as long as these bases are up, as long as tier 2 is going, the red team has achieved what they wanted. They got 4 power nodes. The honor guard can go and harass the buildings a little bit. And Stormy actually doesn't have much to defend with here. Jerome is going to be out, but I guess the back mini is a good target then. Once again, a great counterattack with the Ghost. They do have the mobility advantage, so they can always just skirt around the scary army and do this kind of play. See if they can lure the choppers into the mines. They're very much on the edge of the map, so I'm having some doubts there. They're trying, but nah, it's not working out. It's not working out at all. It's a really good population count here for Agonized Storm. More than enough to defend with. Just don't really need any extra choppers from here. He's tier 2. He can make better stuff. Yeah, he's already getting his hero, a taunt. He's got the skitterers to put on. Ah, we got the mastodons now from Stormy. That's nice. Maybe a few snipers in those things would deal with a lot of the problems. Because naturally, you can expect Duckier to go for infantry in tier 2. Is not gonna overcommit to marauders or anything like that. Then again, never underestimate the switch to Banshees, but ideally it wouldn't be the shipmaster doing it, but rather Arbiter going for Phantoms is usually the better thing. Hence all this infantry, hence the Enforcer boys. Or are we just gonna not see any Phantoms though? Because it will be such a good answer to choppers right now. And mastodons. There's the snipers. Where is Best of Bankai? That's a great question. You know, we do notify the players, but it's a little bit difficult to reach out to everybody. They might just not be available, you know. So we always appreciate any help in, you know, players spreading the message that, yeah, there's a tournament going on. You can always sign up to the next one, especially in this season where we don't have the qualifiers into main events thing. When there's a main event, previously you couldn't just join it, right? You had to qualify, but this time we're just doing regular events. So you can join anytime you want, except when it's already on. Dude, this Honor Guard has been working hard. Duckier Lamb's taking on the mini bases. Viper and the Phantoms absolutely dominating as well. Are they actually winning this? It looks pretty potent what they're doing here. You know, you follow this up with an Enforcer drop. I think the Jerome player just disappears. StormyStorm is in a lot of trouble with 13 population and almost no resources. His turrets are getting destroyed. The choppers really can't stop this either. Two Reavers in the back are going to be a little bit annoying, but I'm sure they can manage. Well, Phantoms after all. So many Rangers in there. The Capitano is just getting beaten up. Here says, you know what would be funny if Microsoft brought the game to Steam or PS5 or both. I like both. Just put it everywhere, man. It's Halo Wars. Maybe even patch a few things. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just put 5 people on it. Jesus. Love this game to bits. But my goodness, it needs some help. Oh, that beam just deleted everything. Oh my god. Team Red. Team Red's here to own. They're not here to play. Absolutely smashed. That's it. 0 population. You have no units. Train some more. Stormy style is going back to train. Oi, 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 oi. Very nice. We got ourselves a game 3. Game 3. Now that's how I like it. We've got the Stormy style and we've got Agonized Storm together. They are StormyStorm. Makes sense, right? They're double banished this time. Going for Chibi and Decimus. And on the other side of the map in the red, this is Duckier Lamb. And we also got Viper. Together they're DuckierViper and they're playing Isabel and Decimus. Remind me what was here? Ship and Desi. Okay. One day we will have a 2v2 interface. Just our artist is currently on holiday, so we're starting this year off without new assets. But hey, if you guys really like this 2v2 stuff, maybe we double down. We start doing some Sundays. I don't know. Can certainly figure it out. Okay, we got the double generator here. It's gonna be an Alice opener. Love me some Isabel, especially on this map. Next best thing to forge. At least in terms of mobility, you get those vehicles out for so cheap. You're probably not gonna bother with jackrabbits though. There's only so few mini bases, so it's really about warthogs. But this is gonna be an infantry bait. With Marines, supposedly snipers, and Alice. I think that can go a long way. Of course, if you're going up against choppers, it could be problematic. Which is exactly what Storm is preparing for. But hey, if it's heavier on Marines and it's got Spartan backup, if they've got heavy metal and heal, I think they can hold their own. I really like this pickup of the power node. As long as Agonized Storm doesn't know about it, it's all cool, right? Over here, there hasn't been much of a muchness going on just yet. That's just grunts. Viper is going for a faster tier 2, I suppose. Getting there, getting there. Ooh, that sniper's a really good addition here. We'll deal with the hero, but hero and choppers together doubling up on them? Now that's difficult to deal with. So our Isabel player is gonna have to run all the way back. Spartan's getting slammed while trying to do a jump. It'll be easy enough to clean up the mines as well. And the other guard gets the sniper kill. It's cloaked, so invisible as a result. There's a watchtower though. We'll deal with that. Maybe you can get on top of these grunts instead. Those are some easy pickoffs. A good way to get experience. Eventually a star. Now, of course, it's not unkillable with stars, but sure helps. Especially in the 2v2, it's very easy to take down the veteran heroes. Very hard to get to 3 stars. It's not impossible. You just got these much bigger armies, so the dynamics of defense are very different. The shields are just not worth as much as they are in a 1v1. In fact, if 1v1 had another population upgrade, I do wonder how that would change everything. And then in 2v2s you just lock it down to what it is now. That would be a really cool change, I think. Great dodge with the choppers. No problems here whatsoever. Spartan's probably toast. His cloak is lasting long enough. Oh! Do the mines get seen? Stormy? Yep. Yeah, it's all taken care of. Team Red doesn't have units. So whatever happens next is on them. You can probably just take out their minis. Don't have to push the main base because it's a little harder with the turrets around and all that, but okay, the minis are free pickings. Stormy style is tier 2. Viper's tier 2. It's working on the expo. Oh my god. He's rushing air! That's what Reddit told me is the most overpowered strategy. Oh no. Not air. How is it that these tournaments never go there with the fast tier 2 air? I wonder how. Anyway, it will be good to answer to these choppers though. Like, they're gone. That's for sure. It's really good at that. I'm just not really sure that Team Red will be able to do anything after there's counters. But if anyone can pull it off, it's Decimus players. They're the best equipped for it with Boundless Scythe and Boundless Fury. And the temporary buffs as well. Oh, the base got cancelled? Oh, no, that was a stolen base. Right. We're fine. Team Red is definitely trying to overextend a little bit. Ooh, great dodge on the beam. Only one of the Banshees goes down. The others will just heal back up with Boundless Scythe, and nice one. Liam is like, why am I seeing Banshee? It is Decimus. It's not completely invalid, but oh! Nice little pick off of units. You got a spirit support as well, so Viper's base actually might be toast. I mean, he is Decimus. He doesn't have a call in. He doesn't normally get engineers out. I think this is toast, yeah. Man, a big punish against the Banshee use. Definitely. That's just a bot base. It's not actually done yet. Uh-oh. Nobody's allowed in expansion, but that also means that you can't sustain Banshee production for very long. Viper's not particularly rich. Are these guys coming up there or what? They went together. With a chance to take on the hogs. Oh god. Especially if these guys come around. Okay, give me the wiggle. This is good night for the Banshees, I think. Uh-oh, the Warthogs can take him down, though. Nice. That's a really nice catch with the Warthogs picking off these reinforcing Weavers. Well done. Well done. Well, now this is the problem. It's a larger flock of Banshees as well. You probably can't pick all of that off with one Reaver, even if you micro very nicely. It's just some shots are gonna go through if they're staggered like that. Yep. No surprise there. Having to get out of there. But hey, Shippy Mag Ship Face just needs to build up a bigger force and it's all good. Stormy Style, time to go tier 3, my friend. It's 2000 power. Agonized Storm is nowhere near. Trying to get some anti-vehicle turrets now. We've got this base up and running. Maybe looking for a little bit of a counter offensive, but with anti-infantry turrets, it's easier said than done. This Team Blue has complete map control of all the 5 nodes. That's pretty huge, as both players will be getting the rewards from that. And the Banshees can at least pick off a handful of the mini bases. Their numbers are starting to look decent, with 42 population in them right now. Man, Stormy Style is gonna need some reavers. Hunters can't shoot up. Don't know if you guys heard, but they can't shoot up. Oi! What's all this then? Duckier Lamb has a tank license. But he doesn't have the best defense just yet. That's coming later. Not sure what he spent on. Against Decimus Hunters, you're certainly gonna need that. You wanna make this work? Alright, here's what happens when you try to go into the base with Reavers using Banshees. And lose 2, 3, 4 at a time. And sometimes you get to pick off a building. Nice. Now they have plasma torpedoes. And there's a decimeter drop to deal with the ground as well. Very nice. We're not seeing any biggles. The overwhelming Banshee numbers, OP. Or is it? Got decimeter drop on the other side. The buildings are getting slowly but surely picked up. The heroes are doing the tanking, so the infantry can now run in and get the job done. Best offense is in, but the tank is just outnumbered vastly. Whoa, that's a great Mach blast right there, blasting the infantry out of the game. And maybe with some support from these Banshees, a counter-offensive is viable. The tanks are here after all, and it should be absolutely no problem to strip the shields down. It's just a few seconds of firing required. Maybe the tanks can even deal with the heroes, as the Honor Guard is already being recalled. And the 2 anti-infantry turrets are putting in a lot of damage here. Very nice stuff. The canister shells will be stripping the health off the Decimus, and he's toast. Got a beam on the beam. Ultimately didn't do that much. And we've got an active siphon now on the Banshees as well. There's not enough against all this cloaked shipmaster business. That said, Team Red is certainly not in a bad position. The Banshees have paid for themselves, arguably. But Viper still not having a base is going to be a problem in the longer run. Especially as Stormy is establishing himself and gets the shield generator up. Individual Reavers are easy enough to pick off, of course. still love grunts here from StormyStorm. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan in this situation. You do need the mobility, and the tanks kind of wreck them. Together with Banshees, the tanks are able to basically take on everything. The tanks are the ones that delete the Reavers after all. I mean, you can stop this, but not like that. Jesus. Oh my god, is StormyStorm gonna get knocked out? There's a very realistic chance of that right now. Yeah, that was a good display, so it buys them a little bit of time. But man, they'll need that time. 2 tanks getting picked off. Not bad at all. Man, they're going for it again. Could be engineers this time. Stormy's die is only on 42 pop. Agonize on 61. Duckier on 42. Viper on 56. It's actually pretty even, but these Banshees right now are kind of immortal. Those Reavers really need to get to work. And this base, if it dies, that's tragic for Stormy style. He can't afford that right this moment. You know, Viper at least has the minis, right? It's something, but he's just in a better position overall. His Banshees are better than the blue ones for the moment with the higher health. There's more global upgrades on them essentially. But you still can't fly into the Reavers. That is a little bit too risky. So let's see if these two can recoup and regroup. Tanks are getting pumped, but it takes some time. There's a loser's bracket. That's a really good and important point to make, Liam. So even if Team Red gets everything together, StormyStorm does have a way back. However, right now it does look like they have finally things under control. Stormy Styles gotta work on his global upgrades though. I think it just finished. Yeah, those Banshees look better now. Give me a health bar. Is that the same? Yes. I think it's the same. No, it's not. These guys are better. But hey, Viper's finally got a real base. It's real boy now. This one's cloaked, so entry has been denied. The mobility of the Banshees is over. Gonna have to deal with this himself. Cloaking tower and the shields are essential items for these expansion bases. Of course, Duckier is not gonna get that. He's UNSC. Oh, we got the Beagle! Yes! Beagle. Dodge every shot, that's it. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite clean enough. There's a lot of Banshees as well, so it's very difficult. Plenty of Banshees here to defend. But I think StormyStorm has no clue that this is happening. SMS is gonna work on stripping the shields right away. Where's the detect? Oh man, where is the detect, man? Only now coming along. What a mess! Alright, the blue Banshees should have more than enough firepower here to defend together with the turret, together with any potential cloaking. Just gonna take out those Nightingales if they can. It's too much to cover on one screen. there's a ghost in the machine, but it only took 3 banshees? Oh, that is not ideal. And they got displaced too. Into the beam. Into the other beam. Oh my goodness, Viper is losing a lot of them. Or at least a lot of them are getting weak. The anti-air turrets are doing their job also. But hey, Stormy Style doesn't seem to have his units around. He's doing a counter-offensive right now, trying to teleport back to deal with the situation. His base is getting rather weak. There is no healing available. The tanks are more than powerful enough to take it down by themselves. There is the Siphon as well. Base is dead with everything on it not getting recycled. The tanks are more than capable enough of destroying all those vehicles. The Mag Blast doesn't do too much damage under the Engineer Shield's protection. Oh, holy crap, that Decimus Beam is hitting everybody, but again, the Engineer's helping out. Viper's running with the handful Banshees he's got left. I think StormyStorm is in a pretty good position here. They're able to avoid the beam as well. Just been cast behind them rather than in front, as it should be. Yeah, this Desi is just gonna heal up on these guys. Man, that's nuts. Duckier Lamb's base is gonna take a beating here. What base? It's gone. Would be probably worth to take out these guys. There's so many more there. So yeah, next time they better go together. Decimus certainly cannot handle all these. That's like 100 population of pure Banshee at the moment. So yeah, when we're at this point, the Banshees are going to be a problem. No doubt. No doubt about it. My criticism is more about rushing them. Like what Viper did was extremely risky. He got lucky with not having too much anti-air on the other team and them picking them off one by one as they were isolated. If they're a little bit more together, you just can't take the fights. Hey, that's a 3-star honor guard. Oh my god. That's nuts. How did I miss that? I'm guessing I'm missing a lot of things in this. There's a lot going on. But yeah, UNSC once again cannot cloak, cannot make a shield. This is gonna be rather awesome. Ooh, those guys. All of them weakened. Wait. They got displaced. Banshees are furious. Stinging everyone like a hornet. Meanwhile, the actual hornets are just no good. Whoa, whoa, that's it. Okay, StormyStorm is gonna make it after all. Very nicely turned this game around. Moving on to the next series with them. And Duckier and Viper have to walk through the loser's bracket in a tough set of best of ones. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.